Hello everybody. If you want to read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. Short story 535, The Fog on Blackthorn Moor. Intermediate. The wind howled across Blackthorn Moor, a vast, lonely stretch of land where the grass bent low and the sky seemed to touch the earth. Sarah trudged through the mud, her boots sinking with each step. She'd come to the moor to scatter her grandfather's ashes, as he'd asked in his will. It was late afternoon, and a thick fog was rolling in, curling around her like ghostly fingers. Her phone had no signal, and the map in her pocket was useless now, soaked and torn. Sarah pulled her coat tighter, her breath visible in the cold air. She'd heard stories about the moor, whispers of people vanishing, of strange lights in the fog. She didn't believe them, not really, but the silence was unnerving. No birds, no animals, just the wind and her own heartbeat. She checked her watch, 4:52 p.m. The sun would set soon, and she needed it to find her way back to the village. Then she saw it, a stone circle, half hidden in the fog. 10 jagged rocks stood in a ring, their surfaces slick with moss. She hadn't noticed them on her way in. Curious, she stepped closer. In the centre of the circle lay a small iron key, rusted but oddly polished, as if someone had just placed it there. She hesitated, then picked it up. It was heavier than it looked, and cold enough to sting her skin. As she held the key, the fog thickened, swallowing the stones. A low hum filled the air like a distant engine. Sarah's chest tightened. She turned to leave, but the ground felt wrong, unsteady, as if the moor itself was shifting. She took a step, then another, but the fog was so dense she couldn't see her own feet. Panic crept in. "Hello?" she called, her voice swallowed by the mist. No answer. Then a sound, soft at first, like a whisper. Sarah, her name, spoken by no one. She spun around, her heart racing. The fog parted for a moment, revealing a figure in the distance. It was tall, cloaked, its face hidden. It didn't move, but she felt its gaze, heavy and unyielding. She clutched the key, her knuckles white. "Who's there?" she shouted. The figure vanished and the fog closed in again. She ran, her boots slipping in the mud. The whispers grew louder, circling her. "Sarah, the key! Keep it!" She didn't know where she was going, but she couldn't stop. The moor seemed endless, the fog a living thing, guiding her deeper. Her foot caught on a root and she fell, the key slipping from her hand. As she scrambled to grab it, she saw carvings in the dirt, symbols, old and strange, glowing faintly. The hum grew louder, vibrating in her bones. She stood clutching the key and saw the figure again, closer now. Its cloak billowed, though there was no wind. "Give it back," it said, its voice like dry leaves. Sarah stumbled backward, her mind racing. Give what back? The key? She didn't even know what it was for. The fog swirled and more figures appeared, shadows in the mist, all whispering her name. She turned and ran again, the key burning cold in her hand. The ground sloped downward and she saw a faint light ahead, a lantern, maybe, or a house. Hope surged, but as she got closer, the light flickered and died. The figures were behind her now, the whispers a chorus. Sarah tripped again, falling hard. The key flew from her hand, landing in the mud. The whispers stopped. The fog lifted slightly and she saw the village lights in the distance. She staggered to her feet, leaving the key behind. As she ran, she swore she heard laughter, low and cruel, fading into the moor. She reached the village, breathless, but didn't look back. The key was gone, but she felt its weight still, like a promise the moor would never forget. Vocabulary notes. Trudged. Verb. Definition. To walk slowly and heavily, often because of tiredness, difficulty, or reluctance. Example: Sarah trudged through the mud, her boots sinking with each step. Explanation: in the story, trudged shows how Sarah is moving with effort because the muddy ground makes walking hard. It suggests both physical and emotional weight. Similar words: plodded, to walk slowly and heavily, often with a sense of boredom or exhaustion. Example: he plodded through the rain carrying heavy bags. Slogged, to walk or work with difficulty, often through something challenging like mud or water. Example: they slogged through the swamp to reach the camp. Stumbled, to walk unsteadily, often tripping or losing balance. Example: he stumbled over the rocks in the dark. Unnerving, adjective. Definition: making someone feel nervous, afraid, or uncomfortable. Example: she didn't believe them, not really, but the silence was unnerving. Explanation: the silence on the moor makes Sarah feel uneasy, adding to the creepy atmosphere. Unnerving describes something that causes discomfort or mild fear. Similar words: disturbing, causing worry or unease, often stronger than unnerving. Example: the disturbing sound of footsteps echoed in the valley. Eerie, strange and frightening, often with a mysterious or supernatural feeling. Example: the eerie glow in the forest scared the hikers. Unsettling, causing someone to feel anxious or uncertain. Example: his unsettling smile made her question his intentions. Dense, adjective. Definition: closely packed together, thick or difficult to see through, especially for fog, forests, or crowds. Example: the fog was so dense she couldn't see her own feet. Explanation: the fog is so thick that it blocks Sarah's vision, increasing her sense of danger and confusion. Similar words: thick, similar to dense, describing something closely packed or hard to penetrate. Example: the thick smoke made it hard to breathe. Heavy, used for fog, clouds, or air to describe a strong, oppressive presence. Example: a heavy mist covered the valley at dawn. Opaque, not transparent, something you cannot see through clearly. Example: the opaque windows hid the room's secrets. Clutched, verb. Definition: to hold something tightly, often because of fear, urgency, or determination. Example: she clutched the key, her knuckles white. Explanation: Sarah holds the key tightly, showing her fear and the importance of the object. Clutched suggests a desperate or emotional grip. Similar words: gripped, to hold something firmly, often with strength or intensity. Example: he gripped the rope to avoid falling. Grasped, to take hold of something quickly or firmly, often with understanding or urgency. Example: she grasped the handle and pulled the door open. Clasped, to hold something tightly, often with both hands or in an emotional way. Example: he clasped her hand during the scary moment. Whispers, noun, plural. Definition: soft, quiet voices or sounds, often secretive or mysterious. Example: the whispers grew louder, circling her. Explanation: the whispers are mysterious voices calling Sarah's name, adding to the suspense and supernatural tone of the story. Similar words: murmurs, soft, low sounds or voices, often indistinct or soothing. Example: the murmurs of the crowd filled the room. Mutterings, quiet, often unclear speech, sometimes showing discontent or secrecy. Example: she heard the mutterings of the group in the corner. Hisses, sharp S-like sounds often associated with anger or urgency. Example: the hisses of the wind sounded like voices. Billowed, verb. Definition: to move or flow outward like fabric or smoke, often in a wave-like motion. Example, its cloak billowed, though there was no wind. Explanation, the figure's cloak moves unnaturally, adding to the eerie and supernatural atmosphere as there's no wind to cause the movement. Similar words, fluttered, to move lightly and quickly like wings or fabric in the breeze. Example, the curtains fluttered in the open window. Swirled, to move in a circular or twisting motion, often for liquids or air. Example, the smoke swirled around the campfire. Flowed, to move smoothly and continuously, like water or fabric. Example, her dress flowed as she walked down the path. Story written by Grok 3 AI. Image created by Grok 3 AI. To read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you.